Welcome in to the Tuesday Tweak stream. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's refresh this shit. Ooh, we're live. Ooh, come on in. We got the new iPhone 16e doing the heavy lifting for us today. We'll see who wanders in. I gave a quick post as a notie for you guys. Let's get you set up here. Oh yeah. So as you can tell from the thumbnail and what you're looking at now, we're gonna be put some attention to the old Stihl 261 chainsaw. Saw some wood today. Welcome in, I see you. Glad to have you. Let's just have a little set down here. Give you a quick update on what's happening in my Tweaky little world. There we go. I like it. So back at the A-frame. It's good to be home. Just rolled back into the hood late last night. I got my windshield washer Slurpee. Delicious. Absolutely fantastic. Got all my crap unloaded. Set up for a night at the Lakeside Tweak Shack. Trying to get a hold of my RV guy. See, it's a holiday here up in the 51st state, aka the People's Socialist Republic of Canada. It's called Truth and Reconciliation Day, aka White Shame Day. The quads are just ripping up and down the road, but we're going to be hearing more loud noises. So we'll see where this goes right now. This is going to be fun. I inadvertently stumbled across some work. I know, it's a four-letter word. Not good. Condensed Reality, welcome in. You're the number one chatta. Look at you with the crown. Good to see you, my friend. It's an exciting day back in the hood here, back in Green Valley. I was out in Falcon Lake, Manitoba over the weekend. I did a few pump.fun live streams, just some brief ones. Was not conducive to doing any kind of streaming because the signal was so sketch out there. It was super right near the highway. Egads, you guys, go do that somewhere else. You're just ripping up and down the road for reasons. Gang stalkers. There we go. And so it was a fun weekend, but I had lots to stream, but I couldn't get a YouTube stream up. Pump barely worked. I got in late last night. I did a stream from the cab of my truck. It was all dark on Pump. And so I'm still trying to figure out Pump. I didn't have my laptop out all weekend, so I think it works a little different on your personal device than it does on the old laptop desktop interface here. How you access your internets. But let's go find Pump, because what we're gonna do in a few moments is we're gonna take that chainsaw right there, and we're gonna sharpen it up. We're gonna touch up the blade, fill her up with some fuel, get some lubricant for the chain, and go cut some wood. I'm gonna do a live stream on Pump for the actual wood cutting. We'll set up. And so today I just wanted to show whoever's interested, the Manly Man Skill, what I do to get my chain ready for some serious action. But first, I want to copy the link to TinyCoin. Ooh, TinyCoin. It's the latest scam that we're going to pump here on this channel. So if you're interested in watching an old fart cut up some wood, come on, girl. You can check in at this link in about, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. I mean, at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Just maybe keep a tab open and check in, see who's live. Okay, so yeah, now I can see my previous streams on my laptop. I can't see them on my iPhone. So that's what was throwing me. So I did a couple of streams on the way out to the lake, to Falcon. And I stopped in at this property that I was looking at. It was a real sweetheart of a deal on 2 acres with a cottage and a bunch of outbuildings. Gorgeous. It's fantastic. It's just on the edge of cottage country, so I called the owners up on Sunday morning. Left a message for them. They got back to me a little later that day. Or was it? Yeah. Yeah, they got back to me. Sunday afternoon. So I told them I could do a deal, but it's going to look like a rent to own, because I don't have a bank that's not going to laugh me out of their lobby, because I haven't had employment income for a year and a half, almost 2 years. It's been self-employed income, so the financing will take a creative twist if they decide to go with my offer. Yeah, but yeah, I see my my live stream was up from last night, and a couple from, there was 3 where we were doing some back road adventuring on Monday afternoon. And yeah, we'll get to the chainsaw tune-up in just a few more seconds. Welcome in, Justin Garza. Good to see you. Larata, always well represented. Sprinkles. So yeah, we're gonna do some Not some logging, but just some bucking. We're gonna buck some wood. Who wants to buck some wood? But first, the chainsaw, especially the chain, needs a little bit of attention. It just needs a little kiss from the round file. Then we'll check the depth gauges and then top up all the fluids. In horizontal mode, no less. How about that? And then moments later, or maybe a half hour later, I'm gonna head over and do some work. But the owner of this complex here, I went to pay him for my stay at this fine accommodation, back at the A-frame, and he was doing some work on part of the development where they're putting in more RV pull-in sites. And he pointed to this pile of wood they had pushed down. I need this cut up. I got a guy who's supposed to be coming, but if you want to cut it up, I'll let you have a few nights stay for doing the work. And I said, shit, done. So, gotta get this bad boy ready to cut wood. It's not ready at the moment. So, I got my toolage laid out. So I got my round file, I got my still tool, I got depth thingamabobby, the flat file for the thingamabobby, and an old paintbrush to get rid of the old sawdust. Man glitter. Yeah, last time I used this I kind of rode her hard and put her away wet. Just being a little lazy. So I think first we'll just clean it off. So this fancy ass tool has a little hex head to remove the blade cover. And we are working with Stihl MS261. And this is actually like a industry grade saw that they would use out in the bush on a logging operation. It's a small, lightweight saw, but pretty powerful. I don't know how powerful, how much horse pressure it's got, but it's got the wraparound grip. If I was on the West Coast, they make special grips that wrap all the way around. But this one, I guess, goes 3/4 of the way around. Now we're going to remove this cover. And what makes this kind of commercial grade is it's built a little better than your kind of homeowner grade stuff, in that this case is magnesium and it's just built sturdy. So this is all gunked up. We're just gonna clean that out all nice and pretty. Some scrape up there. Knock all this crap loose. You can see these fine shavings. The chain hadn't been sharpened in some time. And it's just a little bit of laziness on my part. You hear the tink, magnesium. So lightweight and strong. Because these machines do take a fair amount of punishment. He's slapped around and slammed around, dropped, stuff falling on them. So if you'll notice, we had the Stihl logo put upside right. When I reinstall it, I'm going to flip it upside down. So I'll keep cleaning all this schmutz out of here. Disgusting. Oh. Oh, can you believe it? That's gross. Oh, and would you look at the, oh my goodness. What is he doing now? And so, just to give you an idea of the workings of the chainsaw, so there's oil that comes to lubricate the chain, which does the cutting with the teeth, which we're going to sharpen. But the oil comes through these passages here, and so these all have to be clear. This little doodad here is what tensions the chain. And so that's got to be nice. It doesn't have to be sparkly, but it's got to be clear. And just get rid of whatever goop is on here. Make it all nice and pretty. Get rid of all this extra boogers. Oh, boogers. Yuck. Can you believe it? Oh, I've never seen anything like this. That's it. That's it. Cut the camera. This is all nice and smooth. Sprocket for the chain. We want to inspect our bar. Make sure that this groove over here is nice and clear all the way around. The little tooth sprocket. See all the tooths in there? Those got to be spinny, nice and spinny. See, there's a way to lubricate those too. But they're nice and spinny. And then these holes too. Here and here. Those need to be clear because that's where the oil from that passage comes into the groove of this bar and lubricates the chain. So I'll catch up with the chats if there are any in a few minutes, but we're going to clean this out. Or brush it out with the old handy dandy trusty rusty paintbrush. Give it a wipe with a rag. It's good to have rags on hand for all kinds of stuff. So don't rag on the rags, man. Okay, so yeah, they're still a little pluggy. So we'll use some compressed air. Blow those out. It looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get in there a little better. Okay, I can live with that. As well, I'm just going to give it a quick little check with the file. Because what happens on these bars is the outer edge tends to get a bit of a burr on it. And I can feel it with my finger. And you feel it with your fingernail. It's amazing what you could tell with your fingernail. Like the human tip of the finger and the fingernail, like you could determine variations in thicknesses down not quite a micron, but like to less than 1,000th of an inch. Less than a thou. So on both sides we're just gonna smooth out that burr, because those have a way of affecting your cut. And we're just gonna see if it's nice and straight. It's super straight. Length. And then after we wipe it down, we're gonna put it back on the saw. Right there. And then we're gonna have a little look at the tooths on the chain. I think this chain is still good. Sometimes you chip a tooth, and it's buggered. It's no good. Just toss it in the trash. I think this one's okay. But I really should get a good spare because I think I did bugger up one of the last ones. And so the tooths, they're directional. So the blade, not the blade, the chain spins around in a clockward fashion. So you gotta have the tooths pointing the right direction. Because nothing will end your day of sawing wood faster than if you put the chain on the wrong direction. So here, on. And then install the bar. You with me? So as we said, we're going to put it in upside down wise. And come on. Oh. Big. I've done this a million times. It's super simple. Got it? Yeah, I think no. All these tooths got to fit in the sprocket and the little indentations there. Otherwise, you'll do great damage to the chain and to the sprocket and to your ego. Still boogers in here. Ay, ay. Oh man, almost time for a coffee break. This is excruciating. Oh, nice and clean. A little bit more compressed air. All right. Moment of truth, did we install it correctly? Yes, we did. These are captured nuts on the stills, so some cheaper models, these just fall out and you have to make sure you don't lose them, but these ones won't fall out of the casing. It's called captured nuts. And they're not lined up. Fucked up. Get you out of there. What'd I do? What'd I do now? What'd I do now? What'd I do now? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Get you lined up in the groove. So, chain in the groove all the way around. Then oh, nice, pretty. Feels better. Looks better. And if you're not a dummy like me, you should be wearing gloves. Even I'm fairly experienced around these machines, but I still zip through my exoskeleton every once in a while. So we'll just drag this to the edge here, because we still got to tighten it. Make just got them started. That's better. And so now, the key to this dealio is you gotta lift the tip of the bar up as you tighten these. You just go back and forth a little bit, torque it down. I know you guys know all this. Actually, no, we need to do something else first. So we'll just tighten it off a little, a little bit. So we got to do some tensioning with the business end of the thing here. So you just stick it in this hole. So there's a little tensioner in there. And so let's untension it just so you could see in dramatic fashion. You see that big gap here? So while I'm lifting the tip of the blade or the bar, there are no blades on this saw. We're gonna tighten it just until the links of the chain touch the bottom of the bar. Right there. That's it. That's the tension you want on there. So, supporting the tip of the bar as I tighten these. Let's get it nice and tight. That's pretty good. That ain't going nowhere. So you want just a little bit of slack in here. That's the way I do it. I mean, this isn't my regular gig. I'm not a sawyer or lumberjack, but this is just the system I use. So check that it spins freely, which it does. And then we're looking for what's known as the skip tooth. So let's see, let's pull you up here. So you can see all these tooths are generally alternating direction. These two go in the same direction. So this is known as the skip tooth. So if you're sharpening a chain, you start at the skip tooth, and when you get back to the skip tooth, you know you've sharpened all the teeths. So now it's time for this dealio. So that's a round file. And what I like to do, I don't have a vise with me here, but if I had a vise mounted on a bench in the shop, which I don't have a shop, I would pinch the jaws around the bar so that the blade of a different type of saw, but not a chainsaw, that the chain still spins freely. So we got to get back to skip teeth, which are right here. And what I like to do is the tip is angled that way. I like to touch it up a few times. And a file really only sharpens in one direction. So if you're just doing this, you're not really doing much. You're just clogging up your file. So it's kind of, you give it some pressure, you feel it's sharp. Now I've heard guys say, well, you got to count exactly how many strokes you make, but really get each tooth sharp and you're good. So you do all the ones that face in one direction first, and then you flip the saw around and do the ones that face the other direction next. Super simple, yeah? So let's go have a smoke while we contemplate why we're doing this. Why, oh why would I volunteer to do work on such a beautiful day? Like I should be sitting on the beach just smoking cigarettes, watching YouTube. That's it. Like and subscribe. Justin knows. Justin's got it. Well, for one, I actually like sawing wood, bucking wood. And this is super easy. I don't have to bring the trees down. They're all just sitting in a pile. I just got to cut them into 8-foot lengths. And there you go. Bob's your auntie. So we'll tackle that sharpening job after half-hour union break. And yeah, so I picked up a gallon of chain oil to lubricate the chain. I picked up some premium gasoline to feed the horsepowers on the Mighty Still 261 MS, no less. This one's nice. It's got heated grips for wintertime use. So we're kind of we got it mostly licked. Just a little bit of kisses from the round file. Oh, and then I guess we could check the depth gauges too. Some people call them rakers, but they're actually depth gauges. I'll show you the difference. So I think I can smoke and sharpen at the same time. If you guys see me mess up, just scream in the chats. It's a half decent height. Should get you a little higher, I think. This shall suffice. So on to the next one. So there's angle gauges or angle guides you could buy, but still, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little laser printed diagram on here, shows you the angle that the tooth is supposed to be sharpened to. So if you just follow that, generally it's going to be at the right angle. And then other guys, they're so, it has to be like this, up, or it has to be down. It's like, as long as the dang tooth is sharp. So you can tell when you're getting good filing, it makes a nice smooth sound instead of this chattery. Check with the back of your thumbnail. If it scrapes a little bit off, it's pretty sharp. Again, filing from the outside in. I guess I could do the other ones from the inside out. I've done it both ways, from the pointed tip to the shorter edge, and vice versa. It's just a matter of getting that sucker sharp. And we're just cutting some poplar and pine, which is pretty soft. So if you were cutting maple or oak, I'd spend a little more time on this. Boring. Hey, how about that coronavirus? Who's got coronavirus? So this is a fairly aggressive chain. So a lot of the chains you buy at, or chainsaws you buy at Home Depot, more consumer grade stuff, homeowner grade, they have kind of what's known as an anti-kickback chain, which has fewer teeth. But the commercial grade stuff has more tooth links, and there's even more aggressive chains you can get. So we're back to the skip link here. And this is the front tooth on the skip link. So yeah, some of the stuff you buy for pruning shrubs, like there'll be an extra link in between the teeth. So here's a tooth link, here's a tooth link with the depth gauge at the front. And for those in the logging industry, it's just tooth. So we got to do the other direction. So I'm gonna flip it around, do it all the same, just to ensure that it's cutting even. I think it is probably actually easier to go from the inside out, from the short edge to the longer edge. And the rule of thumb is every time you go through a tank of gas, spend 5 minutes. You don't have to do the whole tensioning the bar again, chain, and cleaning it out, but you should touch up the teeth every time you go through a tank of gas. Tweakers and a razor. A tweaker bee. Tweaker bee bothering me. Go away, bee. I think next time I'm going to go from the short side to the outside. So I'm not sawing back and forth, I'm putting the pressure on the forward stroke, drawing it back lightly. Oh, dang. Laptop just went for a ride. Windy day out here. So today's a good day to do a bit of that crappy concept called work. Need more play, not more work. Almost there. with this hand, I'm making sure the blade doesn't twist, because it has a tendency to flop back and forth. So I'm just holding it steady with the one hand and going to town with the other hand. Last one. Okay, that's good enough for that. We'll cut something. And then we wanted to check the depth gauges, which are these little hooks sticking out. And what these do is, these, as the tooth, if you'll notice, let's see if we can get an angle here. I'll just exaggerate with the file, but the tooth is pointed upwards. So the actual angle is like this. And so as the tooth wears down, it gets shorter and shorter. And so the very tip of the tooth needs to stick out just a tiny bit more, but not too much, than this depth gauge. If it's sticking out way tall, then it's going to be hard to cut. Your saw is going to bog down. And so they make this ingenious little device here called a depth gauge. And you just slap it on here. And it rests in between the teeth. And then you just go along with a flat file and make sure that they're not sitting too proud. Because if the depth gauge is too long, like once the tooth shortens down, the depth gauge will be sitting up, and then the tooth won't bite into anything, and you'll just be making powder, not sawdust chips or saw chips, wood chips. So the depth gauges are important. I'm going to check those. So you just go, okay, well, where's my skip tooth? Here's the skip tooth. We'll keep going this direction. Can't remember which ones I did. Next one. I think these are pretty good. Okay, Tweaker B, get the hell out of here. You'll never sting me, she. I think I did that one. And so you just stop filing once you reach the edge of the tool there. Spin the blade. There's a chain, of course. You gotta get the lingo right. Can't be saying there's a blade on your chainsaw around the guys that work with these every day. Otherwise, you'll just get laughed right off the timber lot. Actually, it should be sitting on top of the tooths. These are generally pretty good. And yeah, I should probably be flipping these around every time. This is directional as well. These feel pretty good. I'm not taking a lot of material off here. I think this is fine. I haven't used this saw a lot since I last filed the the depth gauges. Because it just needs to be a couple thousandths of an inch, maybe 3 thou lower than the tip of the tooth. We're just gonna zoom through this. Moving on down the line. Skip tooth. And again, should be wearing gloves because these teeth are now sharp enough to cut human tissue. Soft tissue and hard tissue if it's moving fast enough. And it will be moving fast. Several thousand RPM. Where's my skips? There they are. I think that's where we started. These all feel pretty good. Again, I'm putting the pressure on the downstroke or the forward stroke and just gliding back. Pull the file back. So that's it. That's a tune-up. Let's do the gas up and the oil up. I usually do the gas first. So I got some premix here in the old 2-in-1 can. People call this a Dolmar can, I think. Not sure why. Somebody out there knows. So I refer to it as the chainsaw fuel jug. So there's a compartment for your mixed gas. This is, I think, 25-to-1 fuel to oil, and then your lubricating oils in the other compartment here. So the nice thing is these are separated, so you can add your fuel. You're not going to spill your oil. Top this baby up. It's good, 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 good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, Brent. Easy. The thing is, I don't like these still caps because you think you've got them clicked in right, they always seem to prove you wrong and they pop off, especially the oil fill. That's at the front of the saw here, just ahead of the grab bar. So it was half full since I last used it, so we're just topping it up. It'll give me about, I don't know, half-hour runtime for cutting. Something like that. And then we'll stop, let it cool down. Once we're doing some cutting. Yeah, this one always seems to pop off. Even when you think you've got it clicked in there, it's tightened down properly. Saw case here, I just put a rag down. I usually put the saw in and then throw all these accessories around. Actually, these can go at the bottom. fire this up, just make sure it's ready to go. This one is super simple. You squeeze this tab, pull on the throttle, and then put it on the choke setting. And then you just pull with the chain lock on until you hear it cough. And once you hear it sputter, you take it off choke and then start it up. There, we heard a little cough. So move it up one click. Throttle down. It's ready to go. Let's go. Sorry for blasting your ears out, guys. No, I'm not sorry. You needed something to wake you up. So cover up the bar. Put him in the case. The paintbrush. Safety goggles. I don't use those goggles. I got a proper face mask, which I'll show you. It's a mesh mask, so it doesn't fog up. With my hot, moist breath. And I'm gonna pack up this gas can because I gotta drive across the road to get to the wood pile. So just don't want nothing spilling. Oh, which one is which? This one goes in. This is the gas side. Oil side. There. Oh yeah, this rag should go in there too, but just jam it under the gas. And there you have it. So if you follow that link over to pump.fun, we're gonna have some pumping fun doing the live stream, actually cutting the wood. So I'll show you my safety gear, my chaps, my earmuffs, helmet, and all that stuff. Welcome in, Dad. Good to see you. So what's going on here? The laptop tweaked right out. Went for a big tumble off the table here. That's a pretty good wind to knock a MacBook Air clean into outer space there. Free fall, so to speak. Bow is going to need a TweakStream magnet. I'm sure he's trying to invent one as we speak. There's a TweakStream now? Right now? What? Get out of here. Get the fuck. Or is he pumping on pump? Is he tweaking on pump? Let's go find a nasty badger. Where are we here? I don't even know how to use this pump site. Okay. If I go there. Pump.farm.badger.skullface. Why did I listen to him? .fun. Oh, he hasn't streamed since September 24th. Badger. I'm still skeptical about pump, but I think it's cool in that rather than ask viewers to support me on YouTube and push for monetization here, I think it's a kind of ingenious idea to make the platform around crypto, and then you cause the value of the meme coin or the shit coin to increase, increasing your holdings and rewarding the creator. So that seems like a win-win-win if it's legit, if the money is there, if everybody gets what they're expecting, fine. But if it's a scam, well, that's another thing. Yeah, restreaming. Silliness. Oh, he was streaming? How come I don't see it? Let me refresh. Let's get this. Let's get this. Well, I don't see no. I don't see any bad badger activity. I don't see no badger sightings here. Whatever. Badger's gonna badge. But I'm gonna get changed. Or I'm gonna just put on a t-shirt. I think this is gonna be a little too muggy to be sweating through his cotton shirt. Oh, this might be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna shut this down right away and then take a little drive over the road to the other side and see if that pile still needs cutting. The guy said he was supposed to have a dude come, but it's already what, 3 o'clock or something? What time is it? 3:30. So I talked to him about an hour and a half ago. No, I talked to him a couple hours ago. So unless the guy is up at the crack of noon and starts working at 2, that guy's probably not coming today. So I'll get in there, cut up a bunch of that wood, bucket. I don't have to pile it or nothing, just cut it. And sweat. And then once all the hot, heavy, nasty work is done, I'm going to come back here and do a little dip in the lake. There's tweakers all over the beach there. People are just coming out like crazy. It's one of those 75, 80 degree days out here. Fester, which is about 27 degrees, real degrees Celsius. And so there's all kinds of tweakers. Hey, tweakers. Oh, look at that tweaker. Hey, tweaker. Yeah, there's tweakers. You see them? You see them, tweakers? There they are. Tweaker sighting confirmed. So, with that, I'm going to shut this one down. And in moments, there's no notifications that I'm aware of that you can make on Pump at this point. As I said right at the beginning, if you're watching content creators, there's a live tab where you can see all the current live streams, or you could just keep either Badger Farm or what is it? Pump.badger or Pump.farm. I should know this. I'm a holder in this shit coin. I should know this. Pump.farm with the P Farm shit coin, of which I own a whopping 75 billion P Farm. No, that can't be right. I can't even read it. I have no idea what I got. This is all just numbers and squiggles to me. But I own a bunch. It's like 13 million P Farms. /Soul. And yeah, so you could either leave his tab open and see when he goes live, but it looks like he hasn't gone live since before the weekend. And I'm wanting to do a little bit every day. So I'm just going to set up the camera, get us set up, and then just get to cutting. And whoever wants to watch me cut wood, you can cut wood and make fun of my technique or whatever. Tell me I got ugly boots, or not to pick my nose so much. Okay, where's the real action now? Where's Tiny? Let's go find Tiny. Tiny coin, that's the one you want. So buy and hold Tiny. It's going to help me, it'll help you. Ooh, ooh. Tiny coin. Yeah, okay. I've got 15 million P farms and only 8 million of my own. See, I'm supporting Badger more than I'm supporting my own thing. So yeah, go to pump.fun. We'll stick that sorry ass link in the comments again. Oh, the bike tweaks are just crazy. This is unreal. Okay, how come nothing's working here? I broke it? Let's see. There's that Tweaky link again to the Tweaky site. So yeah, it's a little too hot for my liking to be working, but because it's a nice steady breeze, I think it's going to be doable. Although there's not going to be much of a breeze over yonder. It's kind of lots of tree cover, so it's whatever. We'll just get it done. And so yeah, I can show you. For the tweaker cutting, I will take the sneaks off, and we'll get the bad boys, the Royers safety, super safe, extra tweaky boots. There's leaves inside. There's probably a squirrel in here or two. What the hell? You failure. So yeah, I got my not cargo pants. Yeah, I guess they're not cargo pants. They're tweaker pants. My tweaker logger pants. I'll get these booties on. Make sure we have some water because it's going to be thirsty work over there. Sure we have lots of smokes because we are cutting for firewood and we might have to test to see if it's of good quality, so we might just have to cause an accidental fire. Shout out to the Grunthal Fire Department and Emergency Services. Shout out to Green Valley RV and Cabins for letting tweakers stay without any references, no questions asked, none offered. They even let tweaky dogs that look like a sausage with 4 legs stay at the complex. So almost done the smoke. Once this bad boy is done, we'll hit end stream. Yeah, I can't figure out how to get chat replay on live stream replay. This bugs me to no end. Let's go go to the setup page here while you bring that up. So yeah, if you're watching the stream, click on that link now. Open in a new tab, like right click, open a new tab. If you're watching on a phone, I guess you're hooped. If you're watching on a phone, just download the app, and then you can follow White Devil, which is my my avatar there, or my profile name there. I'll change that. I did that because Bal said you need a profile. You shouldn't be BRJ726H tweaker. So I just came up with White Devil with a picture of old Maxie there. Let's see here. What the fudge? So let's edit this sucker. I go to Customize Live. Everything's checked off. Live chat replay, live chat summary. It's all good. But then, when the replay, I know it because I have seen it. There's no live chat replay. I don't know why. I don't know if I don't have enough subscribers or enough views, or it kind of makes no sense. So I have seen some that happen to work, but for the most part, everything's all checked off. Doesn't work. Uncheck that shit. No, we're not doing that. No restreaming. No. Nope. No, thank you. Travel and events. Tweaker travel and events is the category. Comments are on. Moderation good. Sort by. But that's comments. That's not chats. So I don't get it. I don't know why that feature doesn't work on this sorry ass channel. It just doesn't. So the smoke is done. That means the live stream is done. And yes, we will answer the question, how much wood could Brent cut if Brent were stupid enough to offer to cut wood? There we go. So if you're gonna drift on over and scally on Pump, I'll meet you over there. I don't know, half an hour-ish, maybe less. Who knows? Maybe the guy showed up, and I'll just watch him and I'll stream him cutting wood. But with that, I think we'll just say see you on the next one. I'll do a YouTube. As much as I can, as much as it makes sense, but I did want to come back on the YouTubes, say hello, let you know I'm still here, still tweaking, still festering as often as I can. It was a wonderful weekend, even though the fishing sucked. Shit. Oh. 4 adults and a grandchild in the boat. The grandchild was howling and spinning. He was like a tornado girl. It was nuts. So no fish in their right mind would have come within a million miles of that boat. Shadow banning already? Possibly. That's why I don't care. That's why I've said from the beginning, I'm doing this for me. I'm glad you guys are here. Like I want to provide value to you. And we do have a good time here. So I'm enjoying the hell out of this. But if YouTube doesn't want to push this, it's like, I don't care. Like, YouTube is not the only game in town. And I guess creators got to look for alternatives. And that's why I like this pump scheme scam. Because it's not going to take YouTube down. Like, I don't want to take YouTube down. Like, I use YouTube as a viewer, as a content consumer. But as a creator, is like the shadow banning is like that doesn't get to me. You know, if they want to promote vertical streaming and certain things, but something like Pump, and YouTube was doing this too, as little as within the last year, where they were looking for this unedited, live IRL kind of live streaming format, and promoting smaller channels. This is a micro channel. It's not even a small channel. To me, a small channel is like less than 100,000 subs. I think if you get to 100, you get some kind of cheesy ass plaque or something. Like, who cares? And the monetization where they scam you however many percent right off the top on super chats and all that. So you know, Valve's come up with the workaround using Streamlabs for TTSs and donations. And I may go that route, but it's sort of that because of the Pump is an alternative. I want to pump that, and I think that'll fit nicely with the format of what I'm going to be doing, traveling, touring around. And so we'll give that a good go, a good honest try. That's all we can do is try. I'm just going to try. And so we'll give that YouTube creators, but not the censorship they endure. Yeah, like that's I guess a thing on Pump. I'm assuming the censorship is minimal, if at all. I guess that remains to be seen. I haven't done anything that, or even said anything on YouTube. I guess maybe I say stuff on YouTube they don't like, but it's not like I've gotten warnings for violating YouTube terms and service and content, etc., etc. It's been mostly copyright, not copyright strikes, but blocking content because it violates copyright. So you just make a challenge to it. So other channels have experienced copyright strikes for using copyrighted material. That has not been the case with this channel. I think that's at the discretion of the copyright holder and not necessarily YouTube. Where if you were a larger channel than this and you were starting to get some influence and using copyrighted material, they might try to put a quick end to that because you're taken away from what they want to derive income from. I mean, a classic example was that Black Sabbath final show where Andy Edwards and others were doing live streams and commenting on the video and not even necessarily playing the stream of the concert itself, but just making commentary on it. They were getting copyright strikes, and 3 copyright strikes, you're out. Your channel's gone. You can't start a new channel under a different name or a different account. Like it seems a little brutal. And so that's a problem. I don't know how copyright works on Pump. I imagine you could FA and FO see exactly how copyright works, but I'm not planning on playing a lot of music, copyright music or anything like that on Pump. It's mostly just gonna be more of this shit show. So there you have it. Let's get at it. The only thing left to it is to do it. Shout out to Chucky 2000. Mick Jagger died? No. Well, rest in peace, Mick. A tweaker among men. I saw him live in Winnipeg. I saw the Stones live in Winnipeg. But yeah, that was a good tweak. Really good tweak. So, we lost another one. So there you go. You heard it here first. Mick Jagger, dead. He died. And this live stream died. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. Go to pump.fun. tiny coin.